Hey, what's up guys? Mendel here. Hope you're all doing awesome and wonderful. So today I'm gonna try out a true analog bus compressor. So this is the Warm Audio bus compressor. So there we go, right? Here we go, let's take it in. So a couple of things before we continue. First of all, a major thanks to Studio Lobis. So Studio Lobis is a studio near my place and they sell basically everything you could wish for in the studio, like studio gear, preamps, compressors, EQs, everything you name it. And they were kind enough to let me borrow this unit so I could make this video. So make sure to check their website out. The link's in the description. Studio Lobis, thank you for letting me allow to make this video basically. Okay, now as of making this video, I already shot a ton of footage basically tweaking a lot of knobs. So there will be two videos. In this video, I'm just gonna put it on the master bus of one of my mixes of one of my clients, like tweak the settings to my liking and then compare it like on and off and on a couple of different parts of the song. So that's gonna be this video. It's gonna be, I think, short. Maybe this will be a 10-minute video. Probably it's gonna be like a 30-minute video, I don't know. In the next video, so I'm not sure yet if it's gonna be the next video after this or a couple of videos later because it's a lot of footage that has to be edited. But in the next video, I'm gonna put this on the master bus, on the drum bus, and on the shells bus. So the shells bus is like kick, snare, and the toms. And try it with different settings and compare it with my favorite plugins based technically on the same unit. So this unit is based on an SSL bus compressor. So if you don't know, you have those big SSL desks, and a very famous compressor in those desks was the SSL G bus compressor. Did you call it G bus compressor or G compressor? So basically you had the SSL E series and G series and a ton of others, but it's a compressor that was on the desk of the G series. So that's a compressor that's much and loved, and this is basically a clone of that. But there are also plugins that are based off like the schematics, and basically the plugin, they try to make it sound as close as that specific compressor. Now, I'm a big fan of basically every plugin version I have of that compressor, and that's the reason I make this video, because I know that for my mixes, and compressor or a plugin that's based on the SSL G-Comp compressor works well for my mixes. And this unit is based on an SSL compressor. So I'm really curious how it's gonna sound on my mixes. Like I said, I already shot some footage. Jesus Christ, I don't know what it is today. I already shot some footage before, but that was more like just certain settings and just recording, not really like paying a lot of attention per se. And now I'm just sitting in front of my speakers, like basically if I would, like the first step of mastering, put a compressor on my master bus, and this is going to be this one. So we're going to have a lot of fun with it. That's enough talking. Let's go to the studio. Let's go to Mendel. Mendel, you ready? Okay, here you go, Mendel. All right, so here we are in my Cubase project for the band Futility. Now, the guy behind the music is called Jared Weed, and he was kind enough so I could use his music for this video. And of course, the link to his band and his socials and that stuff is all in the description box below. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you a tiny bit of the track, and then I'm gonna switch the camera to the compressor because I only have one camera, and lucky for you, then you won't see my face. But yeah, switch the camera to the compressor and then tweak some knobs to my likings, and we'll take it from there. But first, let's listen to some music. I have the compressor on bypass here, so there's nothing on the master bus, just the mix. So here we go. Alright, so that's some nice modern fat death metal in my opinion. We have some blast beats, we have some fast kick stuff, so this is gonna be great to test out an analog bus compressor. I'm gonna switch the camera now to the compressor and let's turn some knobs. Here we go. Alright, so before we're gonna turn knobs, we have the threshold here, we have the attack, ratio, release, high pass filter, which I'll start off on off and later on I'll turn it on something else. We have the makeup gain. This is the compressor It's now off, activate. I'm not using the external sidechain, and this is the Engaged transformer, which is a cool little function. All right, so here we go. Alright, so I think it sounds pretty cool. I'm really curious about the transformer, which I'll use in a bit. But first I'm going to use the high pass filter so that the compressor isn't really taking a lot of the low end in consideration when compressing. And I'm aiming regularly when I use a compressor on my mix bus is around between 0 and 4, preferred between 2 and 4 decibels. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loop that bomb blast part and listen to the kick, like to the high pass filter. So you can instantly see when I engage the high pass filter, there's a bit less gain reduction because the kick takes up a lot of energy. And it's cool to have this function. Yeah, so I really like what it's doing. It's a cliche to say, but it really glues the mix together. Like it grabs the snare and a bit of the kick and of the whole mix. It blends it nice together in a nice gelled mix. So what I'm curious about is the transformer. Now, before we go to the transformer, the settings I have now, I have a late attack, and this is what I usually use. A late attack, ratio around 4, fast as possible release. For some reason, but it could be taste, but for my mixes, I rarely like the auto, auto and a high pass filter. It depends on the plugin I use, but this is what I like about it, the high pass filter thing. So let's engage the transformer, and I'll turn it off and on again, or on and off. If you like IT crowd, hopefully you like the joke. And then we'll go to the part with the vocals. But first the bomb blast part. So really focusing on it, it feels that the mix is a bit more empty or thin-ish without it. So I'm really curious if I turn both compressor off and the transformer, how it differs. Yeah, it sounds really cool. Okay, so here we have the vocals. I'm gonna keep these settings. So early release, ratio at 4, attack at 30, thresholds, so it's set around 4 decibels, 3 or 4 decibels of gain reduction, high pass filter at 105, and the makeup gain set where it is. So I'm gonna first play it without the compressor, and then I'm gonna engage the compressor. So here we go. I now absolutely love what this thing is doing with the vocals. It's pushing the vocals down, but not too much. But like I noticed that in my mix, the vocals were perhaps a tiny bit too loud. But engaging this compressor, it really puts them at a spot where I really like it. Like really, really like it. I'm getting stoked about this now. When playing the mix now, I like don't want to turn the knobs off because I seriously really like how it sounds. So just for fun, I'm gonna try put the high pass filter on 0. So all of the low end is also being compressed, and then I'm gonna try it on the highest high pass filter. I'm just really curious how it sounds. So let me first set it right. Actually, it sounds better than I thought, like without the high pass filter. So now we're gonna put it all the way up and let's see how it sounds. I'm gonna first set the settings and then turn it off and on again. Awesome. So yeah, so there you go. I'm quite impressed, to be honest. And of course, it's fun to turn knobs. So now I'm gonna put the camera back on the spot where it was. Yeah, right. So there you have it. So to be honest, like I said before, I'm quite impressed. And I have to say, I was talking with a buddy of mine, WD. Like, as a guy, I think almost half of the price is worth to just turn knobs. Physical. Like I like to turn knobs, like physical knobs, and plugins are awesome and they're way cheaper. But there's something about just turning knobs and be like, you know that meme from Disney where you're like, that's how I feel when I turn those knobs. It's fun. It's fun to turn these knobs. But does that make up for the price? Because this is like, I think 700 euros. And most SSL plugins or SSL bus compressor plugins are like, I don't know, like 100 or something, 150, depends on who makes it and who releases it. But yeah, overall I'm quite impressed, and I think, yeah, I think I will buy the unit just to have it, and it's fun to have on the master bus. Let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Cheers.